One of my closest friends is an atheist, and I've asked her why she is, and she told me that she's read the doctrines of many theologies, including Christianity, and as soon as she got to the part in the Bible where she read about Adam and Eve, and they said, or it said, that woman shall suffer the pain of childbirth for the sin of Eve. She told me, I stopped reading because I refuse to believe in something that doesn't believe in me. What would be your response to her?
Okay. I was speaking at the Center for Geopolitical Strategy in Russia, full of atheists. And God gave me the privilege, actually, of seeing the general come to Christ. So he invited me to speak there, but he says they'll be pretty hostile. And they sure were. They were going like this the whole time I was talking. And at the Q&A time, one guy, the fellow kept going like this, shot his arm up in the air and stood up and he said, "You've been talking about God the whole time." He said, "What on earth are you talking about?" Well, the question logically to answer him was, "Are you an atheist?" "Yes." "What is it you're denying?" What is it you're denying? So when a woman or a man says they are denying the existence of God, what are they affirming in its place? She is actually affirming that this God or religion is not true. Atheism is. But if atheism is true, she has no value. If atheism is true, there's not even a point of reference for her worth. We are the product of primordial slime. Time plus matter plus chance, the accidental collocation of atoms, here we are. A blip on the radar screen or a screen of time. That's exactly what Bertrand Russell said, that this whole edifice is doomed to extinction. We are here by cosmic accident. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, first, she reduces her own worth to nothing but material. Secondly, she's making a moral judgment. But in an amoral universe, how do you invoke a moral judgment? If this is a naturalistic framework, why is it morally wrong for God to say you're not of any worth? But it's because she's invoking a moral law and she's invoking worth, which basically tells me she's actually borrowing from the Judeo-Christian worldview in order to debunk it. All right, now here's the point. You never take a word out of context. You always put it in its larger context. You know, when Jesus saw the woman who was taken in adultery, he really let him have it. Where's the man? Where are her accusers? The guys never brought the man. He was gone somewhere. She obviously didn't commit adultery with herself. You were living at a time in a culture then where this kind of thing happened so often. He writes some letters in the sand and he says to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." The woman with the alabaster ointment, in that culture, for her to have even touched him was audacious. And yet, the Pharisees sitting there said, if Jesus only knew who this woman was, he would not have had her have any part in him. And he said to them, "You know, guys, what she has done to me is going to be told all over the world where the gospel is preached." And he received her gift. Tell her to take a good look at Christ and see his treatment of women. And I think she'll find out that there is no other worldview again. I repeat, no other worldview that gives the respect to womanhood that Jesus does. Okay.